Hi Gypsies, this is Joy back for another tarot card reading. This is going to be a pick a card, and this is about what past life influences you most now. We're going to look at the person you were in that past life, the goals and cross cards pertaining to that, and then we're going to look at the advice that Spirit wants to give you. You've got 3 tarot card pouches to choose from. The first is the swirly pouch. The next one is this faux snake skin. And then the last one is the embroidered flowers on micro suede. I love this one. So go ahead and pick your pouch, and this will be a fun reading. And and by the way, gypsies, thank you so much. I'm already at, I believe it's more than 250 subscribers, so I'm a quarter of a way to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know, when I get to 300 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a free pouch, and I'm also going to pay for the postage too. So I do make these pouches, so I will leave a link in the description area that you can click on and just say you'd like to win the pouch, and then when I get to 300 subscribers, I'll go ahead and do a random drawing. Okay, so good luck to everybody. Thanks, gypsies. Hi gypsies, this is Joy. You are group 1. You chose the swirly micro suede pouch. Lucky you. So what we're going to do first is just look inside our pouch here, and what I'm going to do is a channel part of this to try and bring in any kind of visual or audio, anything in my to sort of round out the reading. Okay. Wow. Okay, so what I heard first, sort of this sort of aimless kind of humming, and then I saw a cloth and a woman. It was an older woman, and she had curly gray hair, and she was sewing. This felt more like the 40s or the 50s, 1950s. And this woman had a, what do you call that? A rocker beside her where a baby would go. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but sort of a bed that she was rocking back and forth. There was no baby in it. Yeah. It just felt sort of sad. It felt like a lot of missed opportunities. It felt like sadness, and then I saw her falling asleep in like a little bit of a nap in her chair, and she would like this wake like that. So she was having some bad memories come into her dreams, some bad dreams or something, and she was waking up like this, very startled. This is a woman who, you know, that felt disappointed, but I don't even know that she really felt disappointed, because it was almost like she thought that was just her lot in life. That was just supposed to be the way she was supposed to have lived her life, and she didn't expect anything different. All right. Wow. Okay. Now okay, so we're going to spray the, and I don't know how to this is hard for me to pronounce. It's called Ylang. Ylang. It provides relief from feelings of depression and anxiety. Oh, wow. Okay, while relaxing the body and soul and inducing feelings of joy. The oil is also one of the best aphrodisiacs, which it sounds like this woman may have needed 20 years before, I don't know. Induces feelings of warmth and sensuality. Okay, so let's see where that is. Okay. I haven't sprayed this one before. There it goes. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Let's see what card we get for the person in this past life, okay? Oh, okay. The Justice card upside down. She just really felt like a victim. She felt like she couldn't get out of her circumstances. She didn't even expect to get out of her circumstances. Maybe she didn't even try because she just was so beaten down. Now, for some of you, this could have been a man, certainly in the same kind of circumstances. But I'm just feeling like she is sort of the archetype victim is what she is. And it's like she just didn't feel like there was any fight left in her. All right. Now let's look at the challenges in her life, okay? And what her cross cards were. Okay, the Hierophant. This is a cross card. 10 of Swords. All right. Next one, Temperance. And that was upside down. And Page of Cups, Page of Cups, and this is upside down. Okay, and the third card, Knight of Pentacles. This is upside down. And then Two of Cups. Okay, and that was a cross card. So I wanted to point out that you've got 3 major arcana cards on the in this reading so far, and that's just an indication of a strong reading, and especially this one here talking about talking about her, what she was, and this really felt to me like victim. It was like, bam, this is a very strong card. Now, it seems to me that from what I've read about and talked to my grandma and so forth, the 40s and 50s and even before that, those were tough periods for women, and she may have really felt like she didn't have much of an alternative. Her whole life felt like she just sort of glided by and let things happen, and just, I'm feeling like when she's younger, she feels like she can just take whatever's thrown her way and she'll be able to just go through it. And when you're younger, you feel like you can. You feel like you can do anything. And sometimes it's easier to just take whatever's thrown at you rather than to stick up for yourself, okay? But you don't realize that you develop a pattern, and especially if you start establishing long-term relationships, the people that are with you, if you don't establish boundaries with them and tell them, don't go over this line, and then give them some very definite consequences if they do step over the line, then you won't be respected, and they will continue to go over the line. And the crazy thing about it is, you could end up with a person that's disrespecting you over and over and over again, and then they just have no respect for you at all, and then the worst thing of all, they just leave you, and you're the victim, right? But my point is, I want you to not feel like a victim. It's all a mindset here. And when you start establishing boundaries and saying what you will accept and not accept, and don't back down, you will prove to yourself that you're not a victim, and you will feel in control. of your life. And I have a feeling what this woman in your past did was she just let things go. And initially it didn't seem so bad, but it gets worse and worse. And even down to this child that was not in the crib. That's the word I was looking for. Not in the crib. Where was the child? I don't know. But the whole thing just felt so sad. And, okay, so this first set of cards, we're talking about the Hierophant here, and what I'm getting from this is, in this woman, she apparently had a marriage, okay, and with these swords, I'm feeling like she had these voices in her telling her what a terrible person she was, and see her on the ground just in this sort of victim mode, like she didn't like herself and somebody was lording it over her, saying, probably repeating some of these horrible things she heard in her head. When you hear as a child all these terrible things, and then you continue as an adult to hear terrible things from people, they just start to stick in your head. So the people that are saying them don't even need to be around anymore, but you keep hearing the horrible things. And what you need to remember is these are just things that people are saying. It doesn't mean they're true. Half the time, especially when you hear them as a child, there are some real crazy reasons that, like, other children will say these mean things to you. It's because they're miserable. It's not anything to do with you. So it feels like to get out of this victim mode, especially that you've picked up from this past life, is you need to train your thinking, is what it is. And you need to realize this is just thinking that you've got in your mind. It is not the truth about you, okay? You need to differentiate that. It is not the truth. You are a beautiful, capable person, and people need to be kind to you because you deserve it. You deserve it, okay? I've got a feeling with this card that there was some drinking. And I get that this is not something that you would normally turn to, drinking, but it feels like your life was just so depressed that's what you did. You were so unhappy. You were so unhappy, and looking for happiness in an empty cup, and not realizing that all this water was around you to fill your cup. And the choices that you made, the choices of partners, the choices of not establishing boundaries, were in your control. And I don't mean to say that to blame you, okay? I'm saying that to let you know that you have control over your life, and you can change it. Okay? Now, as far as this Knight of Pentacles, it feels like, because this is upside down, it feels like the arrival of money and abundance was arrested. Do you see how movement was arrested, is what I mean? Do you see how this horse is not moving? And the knight is holding the money, but he's not moving forward to give it to you. Okay. So there was money issues, there was alcohol issues, there was issues in your marriage, abuse in your marriage. And yeah, and the cross card here, but for this Knight of Pentacles, by the way, is you feeling tied up, feeling like you couldn't move forward, and you had guides and angels around you to give you this happiness. But you weren't looking at them. You were focused on how unhappy you were. And you felt like you were on an island by yourself and nobody was helping you. And you just stayed there and didn't do anything. This is all past, by the way. But the angels were surrounding you to give you this happiness, to show you what to do. Okay. All right, so let's look at advice here. Okay. So we've got disruption, transformation. Nice, nice. And this is upside down. This is spiritual strength. Okay. Okay, so I'm feeling like these two cards here are sort of cousins, okay? They're giving you a message that's sort of similar. So, especially since this is in the first position, I feel like what it's saying is you've got a tower moment coming up, and actually that can be the best thing that can happen for you, because a tower moment means a transformation, and that's great. Okay, so something unexpected will happen, and it's going to shake your thinking, and it's going to help in your transformation process. And do you see the green that the woman is wearing? And green is about fertility, rebirth, youthfulness, fertility. It's a great color. And actually green is for your heart chakra as well. Open up your heart. And and this is green as well, the spiritual strength. It's upside down. So it's saying that you've got the spiritual strength to go through this. You can do this. You are a strong person. Your higher self will help you, but you've just got to recognize that. So I've got a feeling, group one, you may be in situations that you don't even know how you got into. And what I first want you to recognize is that this is not your fault, but you are the person in charge of your life, and you can fix this. Okay? You can fix this. You've got the strength. You've just got to realize it. And you are not a victim. Okay? You are not a victim. Because a victim, just by its definition, feels like they can't get out of the situation that they're in. They can't change anything. So I want you to think of yourself as not a victim, as somebody that's in charge of yourself, in charge of your life, and write down the things you don't like about your life and what makes you unhappy. And then I want you to write in the next column the solutions, what can change it. And a lot of what can change it is for you to stand up for yourself. And if you are afraid, nothing wrong with that, but if you are afraid to stand up for yourself because that's just not something you've done in your life, you can take online courses. You can practice in front of the mirror, saying no or saying what you want, and it will come easier. At first it's going to sound, sort of weird because you're not used to doing this, but you can do this. You can do this. And a lot of it will be standing up for yourself and telling people in your life, this is what I will accept. This is the kind of behavior I will accept. And this is what I won't accept. All right? So you can break the chains that are holding you. And you can realize that these are chains that you've put up yourself, and you didn't even realize it, okay? And isn't a dragonfly about transformation as well? That's lovely. You did have this beautiful white stone. Let's see. Let's look at that. That's B4. and that is a white jade. A positive and brilliant power of light that's right within the stone, makes one feel calm and peaceful, ability to purify the energies of your heart and to increase or enhance love. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, you know what I'm getting right now to that empty rocker that for the baby crib? It was to show an empty life. This woman was totally unhappy, and that crib was to show an empty life. The thing she most wanted in life, and it would have been children, I would imagine, for her, they weren't there. She didn't get them. Or maybe they moved away, or I don't know, but wow. Very, very heartbreaking. Oh, and then whenever I get this is dealing with childhood, and it just feels like she had a frazzled kind of childhood. This woman did. All right. Oh, and I'm seeing this umbrella here. This is a little umbrella charm. It feels like this woman wanted to be protected from the weather, okay? So she was always looking for people to protect her instead of being a good steward of herself. Nothing wrong with having somebody having your back, but she just expected if somebody victimized her or made fun of her or whatever, she wanted other people to stick up for her. She had a hard time sticking up for herself. Okay? So that was one of the things too, is she wanted other people to take on her causes. And sometimes they will, but sometimes people are busy and they just, or they don't want to get involved, as sad as that is. So you want to be the one that will establish new thought patterns and new words. Okay, this ace here is all about new beginnings. Okay, and that will give you your wonderful, beautiful life. You see this 10 of Cups? Yeah, because it is possible. It sure is. Whatever, you can make your life better. You can, and a lot of it is just what you decide yourself that you're going to do for yourself. And whether it's just making sure you have something really nice to eat, to be good to yourself, or, to give yourself a spa day. And you can do that for yourself, paint your nails and, take a nice bath with a lot of bubbles in it. Just because you deserve it, okay? Because you do. You sure do. And I'm getting this old-fashioned button here too. This feels like that lady, this is what she wanted. She wanted to be loved and to be treated like a princess. And there's nothing wrong with telling the people around you that this is how you expect to be treated. And then you in turn treat them well too. You can disagree all you want about things, but that doesn't mean you have to be disrespectful. This might be a nice wake-up call for certain people, and just to treat yourself well because you deserve it. Okay, that's what the ultimate message here is. Treat yourself well, and know how to vocalize. And if you're having trouble doing that, talking about what you want, then you just practice, because you're going to be able to do it. You will. Okay? Okay, gypsies. I do want to send Reiki out to you. I'm having a feeling that I really want to do that. So let's sit back in your chair. All right. Oh, lovely gypsies. I can feel you out there. I can feel the energy on my hands. And I'm shooting it out to all of you, and it's enveloping all of you and giving you a nice big hug. And a kiss on your head, just because you're so sweet and you deserve it. and you just let everybody that you come in contact with know that you deserve it too, because you do. You're wonderful people. Okay? All right, Gypsies. Thank you. And I will see you in a couple of days for a new reading. Bye. Hi, Gypsies. This is group 2. You chose the faux snakeskin pouch. And we are doing a reading about what past life is influencing your life right now. So let's go ahead and pull out what we've got in our pouch. I will be doing a channel just to see what comes in. All right. Let's first look at, jasmine. Okay, we're going to be spraying the jasmine scent. Jasmine is used as a natural sedative, much like lavender, known to alleviate stress and anxiety, helping the body to unwind. So, and I love the smell of jasmine in the evening. Okay, very nice. Now, let's do a brief channel and see what comes in. Well, that was interesting. I saw a older, well, probably not so old. It's sort of hard to tell because this seemed to have been like the late 1800s. It was a beefy kind of man, very thick, not fat, but just muscular. And he was sweaty, and there was like a brick wall looking structure right there, and it seemed like he was in some kind of a hole and he was chiseling away at it. And then I saw him doing like blacksmithing kind of things too, but he was just always very dirty and very sweaty. And because he was in the shadows a lot, I felt like this had to do with the fact that he couldn't be himself. So that's what I'm seeing for that. All right, let's go ahead and look at your stone. I think that's sodalite. Let me just check that. That is E3, and that is blue spot jasper. Blue spot jasper. And let's see. Spiritually, it has strong healing and grounding powers, which promote courage, inner strength, and encourages calmness. I don't know. I feel like for this guy, because of the time period that he lived in, he was poor, he was downtrodden, and he just didn't feel like he could get ahead in life. Those were tough lifetimes unless you were wealthy, you know? Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and see what kind of cards we're pulling for this person, okay? In your past life. The moon. That really makes a lot of sense, because I felt like this person, this man, was in the shadows. You know, he was trying to chisel his way in out of his life, you know, and it seemed like this brick wall was just formidable, and he has like this little file, and he was in the shadows. He couldn't come out the way he really wanted to come out. He couldn't do what he really wanted to do with his life. He needed to have money for his family, and you know, this is just really an unhappy life for him. Okay. Let's look at his challenges, his goals, and the cross cards, okay? All right. We've got 4 of Swords. Ace of Wands, and this is upside down. That's a cross card. Then we've got Three of Wands. Cross card is Page of Swords. Oh, I knew this card was going to come up. Ten of Wands, upside down. And Temperance. All right, let me just take a look at this. You know, there's a lot of wands in this reading, talking about his energy, or this past life energy, and this really says it all. The hard work, and not even looking in front of him to change his life at all, because all he's consumed with is just work. Yeah, I got to get that money. Oh. And yeah, and this beautiful calming card on top of the Ten of Wands talks about, you know, tempering your lifestyle and not going just in one direction, but sort of leveling things off. And that's a major arcana card. Yeah, this card here, it's sort of like he's looking off into the distance and just thinking, look what I have in front of me, just this barren land in front of me, and there's nothing to look forward to. And not being able to say your piece and to move forward. I mean, this is the Cross card. This is the Cross card. And then you've got this card here that, well, for one thing, it's telling him that he needed more sleep, which would definitely, I would think so too. But it's also talking about paying attention to your dreams, and this is the king that he wants to be, and it's upside down. He had dreams of being what he would consider an important person, and talk about a dream deferred. Have you ever read that poem by Langston Hughes? It's a beautiful poem, but it talks about dreams that you have and they never come true. Oh, yeah. Let's look at some advice from your guides, okay, for you. All right. So we've got intuition, and this is upside down. Conflict and defeat. Wow. And then we've got spiritual strength. So it looks like what they're saying is, you know, intuitively, you know how to get out of this. And especially since they were talking about temperance, and especially on this card here, where the person is not even looking ahead to their future, all they are is consumed with work. Well, I've got a feeling you're going to be able to turn this around better and faster than this person that I just viewed, the man, the sweaty man that just was hopeless. You may say to yourself, if you owe a lot of bills and you feel like you can't get ahead, well, you know, do you need everything that you're paying for? Is there any way you can downsize and live a more enjoyable life? Because it feels like what this is saying, this whole arrangement is saying, is you're working too hard, you're not, and actually you're not using your intuition, and you're not using your spirituality. All you're dealing with right now is this conflict and despair, because you feel like nothing can change. You can change this. And like I say, if this is dealing with money issues, you can certainly, downsize, you can budget, you can, there's a lot of things on the internet that you can look at as well, but you can do this. It feels like your life is feeling so empty right now because you aren't paying attention to the spiritual side of yourself, which is very strong. You're not paying attention to that. You're not tempering your existence between the 3D existence, which is what we're seeing with our eyes, and it's just, there's a chair and there's a table and all of that. You're not seeing with, your third eye and your feelings. It feels like there's a lot of overwork with you, and you don't feel appreciated for the person that you really feel like you are. And you feel like what's ahead of you is just more despair and conflict and this dry desert up ahead. And that's all you've got to look forward to. And I'll tell you, that's just all in your mind. That's not true. You can change this. You can turn this around. And they're telling you that, your guides are telling you that. You know what to do, and you're not doing it. You can do this. And if it seems overwhelming, you can break it down into parts, okay? You can do this, and your life will be happier. And like I say, if it is about money and things, you will find that, honestly, you will find that you don't need all the stuff, and your life will be simpler and happier without all the stuff. Maybe if you have 2 cars, you don't need to have the second car. Maybe you don't. I don't know. It's something that you need to look at. And your guides are saying that you know what needs to be done. Okay, simplify your life. That's what I'm getting from this reading, is simplify your life. And I see this I see this silly little reindeer charm right here, and it feels like what they're saying is, go back to your childhood and your happiness from your childhood, and they're wanting you to re-examine love again. These are lips, kissing. So re-examine love again. And let's see. Oh, we've got a shell here talking about, vacationing, whether it's at the beach or whatever, and enjoying the holidays. There's a little wreath there. And opening up your little flower, the flower of yourself. Okay? So, yeah, you experienced this, I guess, in the 1800s in a past life, just overworking, and you can change this. Maybe it was too difficult to change at that time period, but you can do it now. You can do it. You already have a lot more of the advantages that this past life person did not have back then. Okay, you can do this. And and look at this. 10 of Swords, talking about sleepless worry. And by the way, if you get rid of a lot of that stuff, this is going to go away too. That worrying, how to pay bills and whatnot, it will go away. All right, let me do some Reiki for you, okay? So go ahead and close your eyes and lean back in your chair and just feel the Reiki energy just coming out of my hands and surrounding you, surrounding your head, and giving you a nice gentle squeeze, because your guides love you. God loves you, and you get a kiss on the head because you're a good person and you deserve a stress-free, happy life. You deserve that, and do that for yourself. Okay? All right, gypsies, that was nice. I will be doing another reading in a couple of days, and I really appreciate you coming to my channel and watching this. And please give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks so much, gypsies. Bye. Hi, group 3. You chose the embroidered flowers pouch. We're doing a reading of what past life most influences you now. We're going to look at your goals and the cross cards from that period, and then we're going to look at advice from Spirit, okay, for you. So let's go ahead and check this out now. And I will be doing a channel part of this reading as well, just to see what else we can get. All right. Lemon, okay. This fights exhaustion, helps with depression, clears your skin, kills harmful viruses and bacteria, and reduces inflammation. Okay. Now, let's see what stone is in here. This is E7. Oh, this is pretty. Look at that. All right. E7. That is a blue crazy lace agate. It's a stone of communication, helping those who have difficulty being heard by others or who need confidence and articulation to shape their truths. So that's a great, I love that stone, and it's really pretty too. All right, let's go ahead and do the channel and see what comes in. Well, that was unusual. Okay. I saw a man singing like kind of opera, but I was looking from the vantage point of the balcony, and it felt like there was, I was the woman in the balcony, and the man singing opera, even though there was an audience there. I knew that he was singing for me, you know, for this I'm saying me in there, but you get my drift. So I felt like he was singing a love song to this woman, and I was looking down at him from her vantage point, so I saw him, and she was giggling and very nervous, and I was feeling like she didn't feel like she deserved this kind of adoration, love. It didn't feel like it. So later, I felt like she was running away from him, and he was trying to chase her, and she just was too embarrassed to accept this kind of love. I saw that they eventually got together, but the problem was she so felt that she wasn't worthwhile that he eventually just started to treat her like she wasn't worthwhile. And then I saw, like, I was feeling like she had a bunch of children, and these were not in wedlock. I have a feeling what happened is he wanted to marry her and was begging her, and she kept saying no because she didn't think she was worthwhile. And then she just slept with him and got pregnant, and then he didn't want to marry her. So she ended up with several children this way. Okay, that's great. That's just great. This felt like 1800s kind of thing. She came from a poorer background, and anyway, but she was beautiful, but she didn't believe it, you know. Okay, look at that. The 10 of Cups. Yeah, I'm feeling like with this, it's talking about all of the gifts that she was given, including her beauty and her youthfulness and her ability to attract men. I feel like she just had it all lined up. while she was young. And then these represented all the kids that she had out of wedlock. I don't know. But she was given a lot of gifts. And she just thought so badly of herself that she just couldn't accept the fact that she was that beautiful and attracted this kind of attention from men. She just couldn't accept it. All right. Let's look at some of the goals from that lifetime that were most likely not achieved. Okay, we've got a 6 of Wands. This is the Cross card. The Hermit. Then we've got the 8 of Cups. And the Page of Cups upside down. Then we've got the Page of Wands, and this is upside down. And the King of Swords upside down. Okay, yeah, the cross cards are all upside down. And let me take a look at this. Well, I'm feeling, number one, like when she was youthful, she had all this adoration and love, and she reveled in it, but she wasn't smart about it. She didn't realize that it wasn't forever, that her youth wasn't going to last forever, and she wasn't clever enough to realize that she should not be sleeping with these men without being married. Okay, so this kind of knowledge, and it even felt like she had an older parent, or maybe she was brought up by a grandmother who didn't give her as much supervision as she wanted, but it feels like it's an older person that was trying to give her wisdom, and she just didn't want to listen to it. I'm feeling like with this card, I'm getting an indication that she, at a certain point, sort of abdicated her responsibilities, and this may have been towards the children that she had. She wasn't able to take care of them, she thought, so she may have just left them with the grandmother. I don't know. But it feels like she left. She couldn't stand anymore, and she just left. She was looking for happiness in her empty cup, and she didn't realize it was right beside her. She thought she had to change her environment to find happiness. She didn't realize that it was right there all along. See the water that could go into that empty cup and give her the happiness? It was right there. She thought she had to actually go somewhere to find it. And I know a lot of people believe that. They think that they need to be in another location. They don't realize that happiness resides within them. Have you heard of the saying, bloom where you're planted? Okay, so she caused a lot of unhappiness for other people too by her leaving. But I think selfishness was part of it. I feel like with this Page of Wands, this is talking about being impulsive, not really, because this was upside down, and this is not really examining really what's going on. It's just sort of like, it's like this. It's like leaving, up and leaving, thinking you can find happiness somewhere else, not examining your life truthfully, sort of, this was upside down, sort of just acting by the seat of your pants because you're unhappy. And and this is about impulsivity as well. This is upside down. This feels like it didn't end well for this woman at all. And I feel like she may have not even seen her kids ever again, and she may have been killed on the road or something. I don't know, because of how impulsive she did act. Yeah, she had like a hole in her heart, and she didn't realize what real love was. It almost felt like there was a man that was there that really could have protected her, and it's the opera guy. Yeah, if she just would have handled that a little bit differently. So this deals with self-respect as well, which she did not possess, and not realizing the truth about her situation, not examining her life to get the truth, to get really what was going on in her life. She just decided to act, and and everybody in her life be damned, including the children, which is sort of sad. So let's look at advice from your guides, okay? Disruption. And this is upside down. Oh, wow. Victory and success. This is upside down. And memories of love. Oh, that's an interesting one. This memories of love, it makes me think about how this young girl thought about how she was admired when she was young. Memories of how, all these men admired her and loved her. So what I feel like your guides are saying is, your life is in turmoil right now. It's being disrupted, but you're not realizing what message that you're getting from this. And if you don't, you won't have the victory and success that you're looking for. Okay? What they are saying is, just know that you don't have to move somewhere and do something impulsive to find your happiness. Your happiness is in your cup right now. Fill it with the water that's right beside you, that's within your life right now. Okay? The grass is always greener on the other side, right? You don't have to go willy-nilly to find love. It's within you the whole time. You don't need to go find it. They're telling you to examine your life truthfully, and as such, this disruption, and I believe this is probably the Tower card too, but it's telling you that your thought processes were not true to yourself. What you were thinking, what you weren't being honest with yourself about your life. So they want you to be honest with yourself about what's really going on in your life. And don't look for other people. Don't look at other people for happiness. Find this happiness within yourself, and you will get that victory and success that you're looking for. And I'm also feeling like you don't have to be a beauty queen to have these love experiences. You're good just the way you are. And I've got a feeling that your self-esteem is not really high. You don't think you're worthy, or you're tying the admiration from people to a beautiful appearance. And if you don't have the beautiful appearance, then you don't deserve admiration from people, and that's just wrong. You're wonderful just the way you are. You deserve to be treated well. And you don't have to be a beauty queen to have a love relationship. You don't have to have that. Okay? So let's go ahead and do a brief Reiki. And lean back in your chair. And I want you to feel the green and pink energy coming from my hands, and that's coming directly from the heart chakra. And feel it wind its way around you because it loves you so much. And you have so many people that want to help you and see you do well, because you're such a great person. And as Fred Rogers would say, you're good just the way you are. You don't have to do anything else to be lovable. You're lovable right now. All right. Okay, gypsies. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And I'll be doing another video in a couple of days. Thank you so much. Bye.